police department was there since 1935. It's the same square footage as it was then, but it had different purposes. The district court was in there, sharing it with the police department. So when the court moved out, the police were able to grow with that. But obviously as the years went on, and when I joined the department in 1985, they talked about already the need for a new police facility, that we were growing out of it. The first time I saw a police facility was that 1997-98 year's CIP. Fast forward now to 2012 and 13, we really started getting some momentum. We put together basically a book of horrors, a photo book of the old facility and the inadequacies there, the leakage, no more space for any expansion. We used every bit of space within that facility. So a couple of years ago, the timing was right. The facility came up for year one in the capital improvement plan, and it was finally approved. Before we started building the building, the architects would do the drawings and charrettes, if you will, and I remember we brought one design to the group and the city council, and everybody's like, not enough brick, too much glass, you know? So we'd go back and forth a few times. We had several stakeholder meetings, public meetings, all for input.
You look at the overall design, it's a lot of metal. I think it's too much metal.
Once appointed, Deputy Mayor Bob Carrier was appointed the chair, and we had a very good committee. And their role, the biggest decisions I think the committee made was vetting and hiring and recommending to the council the architect and then the construction manager. And even before that, what method of building we were going to use. And ultimately we chose the construction management form of building a project such as this. And I think that was the biggest decision. It worked out the best.
13B1 is the Ward of Construction Management Services for the Dover Police Facility, which is Harvey. The recommendation is Harvey Construction Corp.
This has been in the pipeline for a new police station for a long time. And I think it's going to put the city on the map this way. I can't tell you how much work, above and beyond the committee itself, the administration, Captain Bro, the chief, I want to thank all the committee too. And I'd like the committee to come forward so people know exactly who has worked on this. And introduce yourselves. This is the Police Facility Committee right here.
One of the biggest issues was storage space for our evidence. So we had to put evidence off-site, which isn't a good thing. Or we had to put evidence in many locations within the building, which was very inefficient. So tracking evidence for criminal trials is very critical. Another critical area was meeting space, training space. So we had one conference room that could handle about 16, 18 people. Now we have 3 conference rooms. One here that can manage a little over 20 people, one in the detectives area that manages about 10 people, one in the lower lobby that can be used for the public or for a breakout session in the Emergency Operations Center. And now we have a training room that seats 48 students. In the old police department, we would have to bring people into the secure part of the building, and they go into a couple of cubicles. And while they're in there, they could be reporting a sexual assault, domestic violence, or they could just be reporting a theft of their purse. But people were walking by, other people could hear the conversation. Just for that, now we have 2 private rooms in the lobby area in the non-secure part of the facility. So they can come in, we can put them in a room, the officer can come meet them, and they don't have to come in and be escorted while they're there, and there'll be privacy. There are public restrooms, which I think is very important. People would come into our lobby quite often and say, do you have a restroom? My child needs to go to the bathroom, and we would have to send them somewhere else. Now we have 2 big public restrooms with a changing table in each room for babies. So we look forward to events like Apple Harvest Day, and we'll welcome the people to park in the parking garage, come to the lobby, use our facilities. So we want to be more welcoming to the public. One of our big ticket items, cost-wise, is our command vehicle, our crime scene vehicle, the armored protective vehicle, otherwise known as the Bearcat, which was a $260,000 vehicle. We had to store those in other parts of the city. We had them stored at Mass Road, the Public Works facility, one of them, and the other 2 were in the fire stations. So now the fire station will get their space back, and and we'll be able to store them in the secure garage portion. Also, all our cruisers now will be secured. All our unmarked vehicles will be secured, and there's some room for employees also. So there's a lot of benefit. It's a great benefit to have, and just the way the design worked out, it worked out perfectly with the police facility being married to a parking garage. I really get a lot of compliments on the design of the building, the way it looks, both in and out, and everything right down to the color schemes. Again, it's been pretty complimentary.